This week at the University of Rhode Island, theft on campus, a look into how to prevent your valuables from being stolen.
Starbucks is out and pizza's in. New coffee replacements happening at URI.
URI won a grant and is putting that money towards making campus smoke and tobacco free.
And a look at what new spots off campus accept RAM card.
All of that and more on this week's 5-Cent Cigar Newscast. Hello everyone, I'm Jessica Pace.
And I'm Madeline Schulte.
You may not have experienced theft on campus personally, but that doesn't mean it's non-existent. Brooke McCarthy has more about the crime on campus.
Not all students adhere to the university's advice of keeping their belongings in sight and locked up.
I felt like the odds were no one was going to take my stuff. I don't know. I don't really care.
According to URI police, the biggest crimes on campus are quality of life crimes, such as larceny and vandalism.
I don't know. I've never had a problem, and I never feel like I'm ever going to get stolen from, but it's obviously a possibility.
As stated by the 2014 Cleary report, there were 23 reported burglaries on the Kingston campus. This is down from 51 in 2013.
It's where a couple of friends of mine have had their stuff, taken from their rooms. So, overall, I think the university does an average job of keeping things safe.
To help reduce crime on campus, the university sent out a notice reminding students to keep their valuables out of sight and their cars locked up.
Laptops, we sent out a community message last week. We've had some recent larcenies over at the library that we're concerned about. People get up, they take a break from studying, and some of their personal belongings gets taken.
The university holds educational programs with residence halls and community response officers. Also, the police department encourages students to check out alerts on their website.
Just be aware of their surroundings. Take the precautions that we mentioned on our website. Go to the educational workshops that we have and that the Student Affairs has. And just be mindful if they see something, say something.
URI has added additional personnel to the Department of Public Safety. This includes Canine Figaro, the department's first explosive detection dog certified by Connecticut State Police. Brooke McCarthy with a good 5-Cent Cigar News.
According to a statement that URI Department of Public Safety sent out, they reminded all students, faculty, and staff to secure all personal property to avoid theft.
Have you noticed your coffee cups are slightly different? New coffee replacements are happening at URI. I talked to Dining Services this week about the new coffee switch on campus. Starbucks is out and pizza's in. URI now offers Pete's Coffee over Starbucks coffee on campus.
We had Starbucks for a while, and we were looking for another solution, not only in our retail locations, which Starbucks was. We're located in our Rhodey Market, Ramscape, and the Daily Grind.
Right here at Dining Services is where URI decided to make the change from using Starbucks coffee to now using Pete's Coffee. And students on campus really don't seem to mind the change.
They like the product, they like the cold brew. So right now it looks like a win-win for the university and the student, because that's really what we're looking for, a premium product at a comparable price.
Visit Ramscape, either dining hall, Rhodey Market, or Ramsden, and grab yourself some cold or hot brew Pete's Coffee. I'm Madeline Schulte with 5-Cent Cigar News.
The University of Rhode Island is the latest campus that is going 100% tobacco and smoke free. I spoke with students about how they feel about it. You can't put your finger on it. Why do people start smoking?
Because it's like a stress reliever for me.
For students and faculty who have a tough time quitting, now might be the time. The University of Rhode Island received a $20,000 grant from the American Cancer Society and CVS Health Foundation to advocate for, adopt, and implement 100% smoke and tobacco-free campus policies. That means any tobacco or smoke-related products like vaporizers, chewing tobacco, cigars, and cigarettes will be prohibited.
most people develop their smoking habits between the age of 19 and 26, and that's our population.
Most non-smoker students believe this initiative will make positive changes to URI.
It's a very powerful movement that they're trying to make it tobacco-free. Hopefully it sticks in some people. Hopefully some people realize how harmful it really is.
Students who do smoke believe that the future restriction will not change their habits.
It's kind of just like taking away like a thing on campus that is legal. Like if you're over 18, you can smoke and everything, tobacco. So the fact that they're taking away on a public university campus is kind of annoying, and I'm not a fan of it.
The URI Tobacco-Free Campus Committee has already begun working on a program. I spoke with committee members about the next steps to make our campus tobacco-free.
A climate study to look at how many smokers we might have on campus and how best we can help them ready for a policy like this, and talk to them about cessation aids and means of which they can help become non-smokers before the policy goes into effect.
Olivia Burgess, a URI senior, is an advocate for non-smoking because she lost her grandfather to lung cancer.
Anyone who's friends with me knows that I don't want you to smoke cigarettes, and I want you to be healthy, and I don't want you to have any health issues in the future.
Senior Garrett Bergon is aware of the side effects to smoking, but will continue to smoke whether there's a policy or not.
I know it's not good, and I know anything you put in your lungs that isn't air is bad for you. I get why they're doing it. I don't think it will necessarily help smokers become non-smokers.
The committee has plans to make a smoker's life a healthier one in hopes that they can quit. In Kingston, Jessica Pace, 5 Cent Cigar News. The university has begun its initiative on the Kingston campus, but hopes to extend the work to other campus locations.
Following a story we covered last week, the Union Express mailroom had students frustrated with the long wait times for mail pickup, but now pickup locations have moved. According to staff, they are attempting new pickup processes to cut down those wait times. Since August 27th, Union Express received more than 12,000 packages. The staff says it usually takes 3 to 4 hours to organize and sort the mail to successfully get the packages to the students.
And now a look at your sports. Many people are excited for the basketball season and anxiously awaiting March Madness. But what can they do better this year?
There are many aspects that go into a great basketball season. One of them could be that there is a new film room in the Ryan Center.
That's where we have 5 Cent Cigar's Stone Freeman live right now.
Hi guys, I'm inside the Ryan Center here on campus where there's a brand new film room being installed this week for the men's and women's basketball teams. What does this mean for the future of Rhode Island athletics in terms of facilities? Well, I sat down with the school's athletic director to find out more. The University of Rhode Island men's and women's basketball programs just got a huge upgrade to their facilities. A $200,000 state-of-the-art film room has been constructed in the Ryan Center. The university's athletic director, Thor Bjorn, says that the film room was just the next step on a journey to revamp the school's athletic facilities.
In year one, when he was here, we did over the locker room, and then year two, we did the offices over for men's and women's basketball. And then there was some major investments the university made in the Ryan Center with the new ribbon wrap and video boards and so forth. And then in talking again, sort of what were some of the other things that we needed to do, a video room was certainly one. Right now, both our men's and women's programs either watch video in their office or down in their locker rooms, which is fine. But we really felt like we needed another place to really grow that or enhance it because of how important film is these days.
The film room will occupy the space that used to be just the media room for men's and women's home basketball contests. Now the room will serve as both the film room and the media room. With last year's run to the NCAA tournament for the men's team, the athletic director said that season tickets and donor funding has gone up. However, the initial donation for the film room came in before the Rams' postseason success.
This donor has been very supportive. We put together a campaign a year or so ago where we call it the Men's Basketball Excellence Fund, where we have probably 10 to 12 people that have committed $500,000 a year, not in total, sure, for 5 years to really help elevate our operating budget for men's basketball. This person was part of that, and this was an incremental gift over and above that. So he's already understood and appreciates the value, exposure, and excitement that what our basketball team has brought to the table, and he's putting his money where his mouth is to really help us grow it.
Bjorn added that the film room is just one step on a long journey of improvements and additions to the athletic department's facilities. With that said, there seems to be one question popping up. What's next?
The university is going to be embarking on a capital campaign, within the next year or two, and athletics is going to be a major part of that. And our primary focus will be facilities. I mean, we've got to keep investing in facilities. We've got to get turf and lights at Meade Stadium. We've got to get a track built. We've got to do something around softball. We've got to get a basketball practice facility done. We can't stop.
Definitely very exciting stuff for the future of Rhode Island athletics. The film room is set to open a week from Friday. Live from the Ryan Center in Kingston, I'm Stone Freeman, Cigar Sports.
Last weekend was the home opener for the URI men's hockey team. 5 Cent Cigar's Margot Gagnon has more on how the team performed.
The home opener for the URI men's hockey team did not start off the way the team wanted to on Friday. Although the team put up 60 shots on goal against Westchester, URI was only able to score 1 goal and ultimately lost in a shootout. Following Friday's loss, URI came out with a lot of energy and eager for revenge. Scoring came more easily and often for the Rams as they put up 10 goals against Westchester, including hat tricks from both sophomore Jonathan Osvald and junior Nunzio Moretti.
After the game on Saturday, I spoke with head coach Joe Augustine about the team's performance.
I think we kind of wore Westchester down a little bit. We had almost 60 shots last night, and I think we were in the 50s today. And I think their goal, they were tired. Their goaltender got tired, and he gave up some that he usually doesn't give up. So we kind of cashed in on that. And, I think we have to be prepared better for the first game. We just seemed to come out flat that first night.
Saturday's game was also a physical one. URI was called for 6 penalties, while Westchester almost doubled that with 11.
Somehow things seem like they never change. They always have a physical team, and things seem to escalate as soon as the score gets a little bit. It wasn't like that much last night, and all of a sudden when the score changes, and our guys, I just worry about our guys protecting themselves, and there's really no room for that. The referee has to control that, I think, a little bit better also.
Coach Augustine also told me that some lineup adjustments might need to be made for this weekend's games against Towson. Both captains Max St. Sever and Mike Pessola are injured, and Coach Augustine would also like to give some rest to the starting goaltender JT Ketzenberger. In Kingston, Margot Gagnon, 5 Cent Cigar News.
Most students know they can use their RAM card all over campus like the Ramsen and stores at the Emporium. But now some off-campus locations accept RAM card as well. Our Nikki Lattarulo has the story.
The RAM account is designed for URI students to make purchases through participating vendors on and off campus, and it's now being accepted at the Stop and Shop here in Narragansett. The Stop and Shop recently granted access for University of Rhode Island students to make purchases using their RAM card. The card is limited to register 6 and 11 for the time being due to extra equipment needed for processing. This new addition is very beneficial to URI students, especially living off campus.
As a commuter, if you get a commuter plan from URI, they put money on your RAM account as part of the package, and living right down the street from Shop and Stop makes it that much easier.
Several other vendors accept the RAM account, such as CVS Pharmacy, D'Angelo's, Panera, Five Guys, and Moe's.
See the student RAM cards a lot more often on deal days, so like Mondays, Thursdays. They're pretty good, they're pretty easy to use. It just takes a little time to process and you have to sign a receipt, but for all intents and purposes, it's a normal card, yeah.
New locations off campus are always being added. For a complete list of those participating vendors, you could check it out online at uri.edu/RAM account. For now, I'm in Narragansett, Nikki Lattarulo, 5 Cent Cigar News.
The University of Rhode Island's English department will begin to offer a creative writing option this semester. The English department has wanted to develop the option for a long time, but URI did not have enough permanent faculty members with a background in creative writing to establish a program. English majors are required to take 3 electives in the department to complete their major, but those who choose the creative writing option must complete a sequence of 3 creative writing courses. Students can choose to focus on poetry, fiction, literary nonfiction, and screenwriting. That's all we have for you this week. For more on these stories, you can find them on our website, roadiecigar.com.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
I'm Madeline Schulte.
And I'm Jessica Pace. Thanks for watching and have a great week, everyone.